Just give me 21 minutes and 40 seconds of your time and I'll give you 1 year of productivity back. Literally 1 year of creating content and productivity lessons extracted from it.
No, bro, sorry for my hair. Just been in the hardest trip in my entire life yesterday. But that's not the point. Discipline is bullshit. Motivation is bullshit. It was like a lightning struck when I realized discipline is not the answer. This is not gonna cure nothing. Like, we gotta be productive. And those two are not in that equation. If you wanna build a sustainable, long-ass business that will make real passive income in like 30 years, you have to look at fun. You have to look at enjoyment, pleasure, fulfillment. I know hustlers, Andrew Tate sons, will come here and tell me about hard work, discipline, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like. Yep, I understand. I did it that way. But what those gurus and masculine like role models don't tell you is it just doesn't work. It leads to a burnout. It's not sustainable. The key to productivity is not being super hard and crushing your work today, but being sustainable. It's cool to sell a dropshipping course and tell about hard work at the moment, but 3 months later they'll ask for the refund, they'll burn out, they will quit this business, go for SMMA, and they've told the same shit to just quit it in 6 months. You can't force yourself to work forever, and for sure you can't motivate yourself forever. I've made this quote, you need to get my point. Motivation lasts for 3 days, discipline lasts for 3 weeks, fun and enjoyment lasts for 3 years. When you get motivated, you get so excited, you're like, oh bro, I'm gonna crash today. I'm gonna make 5 videos where I'm gonna cold call 200 people. Like, this is twice as much. You know what I'm saying? This is not productivity I want you to do. This is not productivity I'm doing. Because my target is like solopreneur. My target is guys just like me, struggling. And I've tried discipline. I've tried being motivated. And I've get to the same self-improvement piece. I call it like that. You're super excited. You're like, yeah bro, I'm gonna do all those habits. Hamza's videos are insane. You know, cold shower is key. You're doing it for like 1 week. You're super hyped up. Actually, it lasts for 2 days. But that's not the point. There will be one pivotal day when you don't feel like, you know, weather is kind of gross. You've missed your like meditation streak. And it gets to the low bottom. The lowest of the low you can get. And self-improvement is all about that. And business is not a roller coaster. You always get peaks and troughs. You get highest peak when you're working 7 days straight. Or you're motivated and you did some work. But then it's like 7 days of depression. 7 days of anxiety. 7 days of, I don't want to work. I don't feel like it. You know, I need to switch a business model. I don't know. This is all due to discipline and motivation. You need some intensity in the beginning where you're just starting. You need that first push. It's like when the engine is starting. You need to get some gas in order to start a car when it's been under snow for like 3 weeks. It takes quite a while. But as soon as it's done, you know, it's easy. It's just going. You need to keep your foot on the gas and brakes. The thing that will keep you going is fun. You have to enjoy. What amazes me about fun, I can feel sick. I can feel bad. I'll have anxiety, depression, or whatever. I can do my work in every single state because I don't care. It feels fun for me. It genuinely feels fun for me to just talk about productivity thing I'm benefiting from. And it's my passion. You know, in 1 year of recording videos, I'm not planning super high, super big things in the future. I'm not a dreamer, but I'm a technician. This is from the book E-Myth Revisited. There are like 3 types of workers, of entrepreneur. Technician, entrepreneur, and manager. The rest too is not important, but technician is the guy that focuses on just now, on doing things, on how much he's done yesterday, how much tomorrow, how can we improve it. You can find your own thing and just have fun from it. You can find that passionate thing and just start a business around it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You will enjoy it only for 3 years. Then it becomes a usual job. But you know what I'm saying? 3 years of fun is a lot better. 3 years of desperation, just trying to get money, hopping on every single business just to scrap some penny, afford a new MacBook or buy a new iPhone or whatever. Fun comes from several things: gamifying and prioritize. When it's time to work, you usually have a rival. Like, I could do this instead, or actually I don't feel like it. I could go outside. There's no one home. I could jerk. This is literally what I faced just 15 minutes ago. The thing is, there will be so much fun things that are funnier than your work. So that's why you will always switch to them rather than your work. And this is, you have to prioritize, remove and eliminate those fun things so that your work becomes fun. And it works like that. I have so much videos about fun. You can watch it right here. But it just comes down to a vacuuming thing you can do and you have to do. So that you don't question it and your brain starts to find ways to make it fun. And you can gamify your experience. Why we play video games? Because they have this ranking system. They have the thing we're so desiring. Status, progress, movement, domination. Video games allow it all. With XP improving every day, ranked games when you compete for like best prizes. Literally the biggest reason why we play and grind those like competitive games like Fortnite, like Call of Duty. Apply that to your work. Gamify your experience. Like yesterday I did X videos. Yesterday I did X of something, like your main task. How can I do it better today? There is an XP bar of your work, of your like life experience, but now we're specifically talking about business. Every single day, if you do something new, or if you do something better, or if you do something more, then your XP bar goes up. You'll have bigger and bigger dragons to slay. That's literally why we live. That's literally why men live on this fucking earth. To just progress, to feel growth. Like, stagnant man is the saddest man. By just trying those two things, I've literally worked my whole summer. I made my first school community. I've made my first VSL, landing page, sales call, like so much videos, switched over niches, summited 4,000. Those things were just because I removed other fun things, like artificial fun things, and made like editing, made scripting fun. You know, it's still kind of hard, but if you apply the last rule, I just lost my thought, bro. It's so fucking annoying. I probably should control my YouTube consumption, bro. But as soon as I did remove those things, I started making videos in various styles. You know what I'm saying? You can see progression of the length of my video. Now I'm recording videos for 1 hour of raw material, but on the outcome is like 20-30 minutes, which is 2 times or 3 times longer than my videos at spring or in the beginning of summer. I genuinely like it. Like, it gives me results. I started making 4 times more work than last year. It's kind of shocking, bro. I didn't expect that. Which leads me to the next rule. Hard work doesn't have to suck. And if you disagree with this, I'm gonna tell my point about it. But there will be a last rule just about hard and difficult time you may go through right now. I was also going through that, but I realized, you know, we're doing it hard. We can actually do it a lot funnier. We can actually do it a lot easier. Your mindset doesn't have to be like that hard grinder, you know, I'm not feeling like it, but I'm doing it. I watch Hormozy every day, and 12-hour work shift is fine. You're 18 or 19. So you don't have to take every single shit as a challenge, or, you know, universe is giving me this quest. I have to make it right. That's just hilarious. We think we're hustlers. I thought I'm a hustler. You know, I'm gonna be working hard as fuck. You know, youth years are just made to work 16 hours a day and sleep dreaming about work. But you can do the same work, but make it a lot easier. So that advice alone will make you so much. I'm super excited that I can't control my breath. I literally go out of oxygen when I'm talking. Like, make the same work effortless. You have to approach it with ease. And the only thing that need to matter for you right now is enjoy the work. Because that's the usual talk of rich guy that doesn't enjoy his life, doesn't enjoy his work. Like, I know we need money. I know you need money. But look, we'll get it, bro. Just do the right step. And I'll emphasize right. Right steps and right things is working with fun, with purpose. So that word purpose is so vague, but you just have to find meaning. You just have to find meaning in your work. You have to find it fun. And then same things you get done with hard work, you can make it fun. Like, I literally now this same work, like 3 or 4 videos a week, editing them, scripting them, make new videos. I do the same quantity as in summer, but I do it effortlessly. I'm hiking a lot, taking my IELTS soon. I'm like studying. I'm going to the gym. I do the same shit done with less time, but fun. The action step to make hard work not suck is my Finn blueprint. Fun, effortless, irresistible, non-stop work. We've covered fun, so let's talk about effortless. You don't have to put any efforts into business. Oh, I know it sounds bad. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? But I'm talking about the shallow work, the deep work. I'm not telling you to be aloof or something like that with your business, but just don't put any effort to start working. It's like you know the part when you have to edit your video or you have to script it, but the resistance time before you start is the hard. There's friction between you and your work. There's resistance. Remove that barrier. There's physical and mental resistance. Physical is literally your workstation is far away from you. It's easy to fix that. Not gonna tell you. Just be closer to your workstation or make it closer to you. Always be valuable. And usually, online business, it can be made in your laptop or in your PC. Do this actionable step. Open your laptop or turn on your PC and go about your like chores. Brush your teeth, have a breakfast or wherever. And when you come here again, it's open. Reduced friction. You can start working right now. Apply 5-minute rule. Famous rule from Ali Abdal, from other big influencers. If you're so lazy to start, just give yourself 5 minutes. Put a time and just work for these 5 minutes. Force yourself. 5 minutes later, if you don't feel like it still, then turn it off and go about your day. You've deserved to relax. But in 99.9% of cases, you will continue working because it's just the hardest thing starting, overcoming that, invisible wall. We'll talk about irresistible and non-stop later. But now, third thing, less is more. It's not how much things you put on your plate, how much more things you add on your plate. It's actually what's the one thing left on your plate. This is also about the quality of your work, how good you work, how good you operate with your time. Two workers can do the same shit done, but one will do it for 6 hours and one for 2. That is the question of how you approach it, how you get it done. There are two concepts of less is more. First of all is essentially do fewer things. It's like there's fast food when you're in rush, when you don't want to do nothing, when you don't want to cook, you just order stuff. It gets you here, you put it in your mouth, it feels fun, it feels pleasant at the moment, and you're fine. But there's a concept of slow food. When you cook it yourself, when you get the natural ingredients, when you're not rushed, when you're having meal for 1 hour, you genuinely taste it and etc etc. That's the thing with your life. We're always rushed. We feel like we have to get so much things done. Cheap dopamine, fast things. Get me in here, I'm fine. You will not recognize yourself in 10 or 12, 20 years, bro. No wonder the quality of your work is bullshit. We're always putting more on our plate. It's the basic productivity belief we all had inside of us. We all thought that, don't bullshit yourself. You always thought that productivity is about cleaning your room, washing the dishes, going for shopping, get some things for sale, do your homework, study a bit of English, listen to some podcast, hang out with your friends, and get it all done in one day. Don't bullshit yourself. You had it. I've had it too. But it's almost silly how it's the opposite of productivity. You do so much, yet it's not quality. There is no quality in doing chores because you just have to do it because it's maintenance. It's nothing related to productivity. You don't learn no skills. You don't develop yourself. But you will when all of your day is just about working, going to the gym, work, eating, sleeping, repeating the process. I know it sounds not fun, but you do everything you need it. You just need one thing in your life to be happy. I know we can't have one thing, but strive for one thing. Make it your dream life. Just having one purposeful and meaningful thing you're obsessed over. You do it all the time. And getting results at this thing will make you so much happier than spreading your attention and getting good this, a bit better of that. I want to try yoga or I want to try CrossFit. Less is more. Second concept is when you have less time, you can actually get more quality. When you get less time, you can get done things better. You always felt that. When it was time to study, get some project done, there was a deadline, 14 days. You have always done it in the last day. Deadline is so far away, so you postpone it. But that's not the point. I'm not telling you to follow deadlines or get things done with not rushing. But you can get things done 5 or 10 times faster than you think you can do. You don't realize how strong and powerful you are, how easily you can go through your tasks. So when you have less time, you do the same work, but it's kind of compressed and you have to go down to essentials. So if you feel like you're rushed or you're busy, embrace it. I know you have part-time job on the side, or you're even working 9 to 5. You're waiting for your side hustle to explode, or you're studying. We're all going through it. And embrace that little time you have for working. If you can't find more time, find more quality in that time. You know what I'm saying? When I have more time, I don't do more. When you're giving more time, you don't do 2 times or 3 times more. It's not about time. You just stretch your existing task for longer. So it's easier to do. It's so weird. When you have more time, you don't do more. It's just easier for you to get that thing done. So when you have less time, you will just do what you need. You will not wander around internet. You won't wander on Apple side for looking for a new MacBook or looking for Black Friday deals or wherever. That's usually when you'll get the highest quality. Because weirdly, on October, just 2 months ago, I done 50% more work than at September, but I had less time on it. Why? I just threw out useless things in my life, useless courses, useless meetings, and just focused on my thing. And I just did essentials. I didn't put so much things on my plate. Plus to that, I applied my next rule. Focus is super simple to understand. There is actually that one magic pill that if you just take, you can work for 2 hours undisturbed, focused on one task with no hesitation, with no hardness. And that is the flow state. Focus is just a synonym of a flow state. You know what I'm saying? It's usually when you work on something, when you do something, suddenly you lose sense of time. Or you get so excited, you get absorbed into that shit. And it eats your time. You forget all side thoughts. But that's why they call it flow. You're just getting along with the task. It's something creative when it's fun, when it's kind of intense. creative part of your brain also works. And like online business models allow that. Like you're a solopreneur, you can find so much joy and like flows in your task. Just get into that. Focus allows you to eliminate that one task 2 or 3 times more efficiently. So you better your focus, better the quality of the task. When you're a knowledge worker, when you're a YouTuber, it's so fucking important to just get that video high quality. You don't have to follow no schedule. You just have to get it good. So we're coming to the flow state. What do we need to enter? We just have to do some creative task for more than 15 minutes. That's as easy as it is. But there's one caveat. Be ruthlessly focused. Like you have to be concentrated. Don't allow no distraction. It's so easy to get out of your flow, yet so hard to get back to the flow. If the time to enter flow state is 15 minutes, it's the same resistance to start your work. First 15 minutes are the most difficult. Then you're flowing. And when you get distracted, even if it's for 1 minute, you lose momentum. And you need those 15 minutes again to re-enter the flow. When you're distracted, even if it's 1 minute, it equals 16 minutes. If it's 30 minutes, it's 45 minutes. But you got my point. You need to keep the flow. Please just kill those distractions. If I'm recording the video and someone disturbs me or someone calls me, I'll lose my chain of thoughts, or I'll lose the momentum when I'm like hyped up, I'm motivated. I'll lose it. In the next 15 minutes, I will try to get it back. I'll feel tension. I'll not feel like it. I would be kind of anxious, and all of those things compound. Just think about how you can enter a flow state easier. Have an effortless start. Start your work effortlessly. Then keep your distractions by 0 to keep a flow state. Next rule I wanted to talk about was don't look at 1 day ahead of you. Don't look at 1 month ahead of you. Look at 1 year or 2 years ahead of you. That rule just came up to my mind, and it just striking me over. The greatest point about that, you don't need to be hustling, just getting results now. You will get them as long as you do it consistently. You know, it's simple rule, but you always forget it. You just have to flow with the time. You know, you don't control output. So just be focused on the input, on what you put into the work, what you put into your future. If you put nothing to your future, you're basically dead. Give yourself 10 years just pleasing your now, just pleasing your present, and you're done. You have a 9 to 5, you have mid-level wife, like 3 or 4 out of 10. She's not super ugly, but you definitely don't enjoy having sex with her. Even looking at her, you're having kids that are also mediocre. You can't please them by giving gifts they wanted just because you don't have money. All of that comes if you just keep feeding your now. But think about future you. Sacrifice something for today. Do something meaningful. Do some work that's not rewarding now, but super rewarding in the future. By recording videos now, I will not benefit today because I'm not so good at speaking. But when I'll be good at speaking by doing reps for years and years, then I'll finally see results. I'll finally realize why I worked so much, why I've sacrificed all of that time on talking. I'm bad at talking. The fuck I'm doing it for? To be good at talking, to then monetize my talking, monetize my storytelling. That one is super important. If you just stop that hustling, that scarcity, you feel that, you know, if I don't make my business model work, I'm dead tomorrow. I will not afford to buy a car that was in that video. I will not afford a MacBook. That's stupid as fuck. Just focus on your step. When you're hiking, you're not always looking at the summit. You'll just lose motivation if it's kilometers away. Do one step at a time. Like if you continue staring at the summit, you will not get it. You will get it by doing small steps, doing one step at a time. Follow it with another. You may as well do a third step. All of a sudden, you're on a summit. You've made it. If you agree with it but want something fast, there's a last rule I want to talk about. Darkest advice so far. You have to be desperate to get that thing. You have to be in pain. You can literally feel physical pain when you don't get that result. Probably it's 10k a month, getting my first client or wherever. When you get super desperate about it, when it's actually your human need to get that thing, you will get it. This is toxic, but toxic advice is needed when you're in a toxic situation. All of those rules I've talked about today are about healthy productivity, sustainable productivity, getting that thing over and over again for 10 years, having exponential results, not seeing anything now, but having it then. You know, it's like slowly building a bridge to the success. But if you actually want to rush and you need to get it now, create a pain, be in desperation. Homeless people will do everything to get that bottle of alcohol. When you're in little danger, if you don't provide for your family, or if you don't start a side hustle, or if you don't make the side hustle work, you will not have money to pay the bills or whatever. You don't need sustainable advice. You don't need sustainable productivity. Your life is unsustainable. Your life is in shambles. If you're watching this at home, in your cozy environment, you have something to eat, you have somewhere to live, you have a laptop, you have your phone, it means you're fine. So much guys farfetch and make 10k a month such a survival need that it's almost hilarious. Bro, you don't need 10k a month to feel like you're a human. Holy fuck. How much people does do 10k a month? Don't be needy for them. Want them, but don't be needy for. Want them, but don't need them. This is for guys that feel okay with their life. If you want results, I've actually just watched a video from William Brown. Brilliant guy. Like, entrepreneur with probably the purest coaching ever on YouTube from these influencers and stuff. And from the last video, if you're not in pain, like, first of all, if you're not in danger, in physical danger, then don't chase that goal. Want it. Have it in your mind. Feel like you already done it and it will come to you. It sounds stupid, but when you feed it with the actual proof, actionable steps that I've talked about, if you put in consistency, while you're slowly building up and feeling that manifestation, you made it true, that shit is powerful as fuck. I know I'm gonna get the first sale. I know I'm gonna get to 5k a month. I know I will afford to buy a new MacBook. I'm craving for it so fucking much. This old dinosaur that's in front of me, PC, will just explode if I open CapCut. I barely edit my videos. I crave for it. But if I be so much needy for that, I want to make money and I want to basically afford it. It's like a Newton's law. When you chase a girl, that she feels that energy. She just won't give you nothing back. You have to be fine. Have the desire. Keep that in mind, but don't be desperate about it. You know what I'm saying? You can interpret it as you want, but productivity covers every section of your life, especially financial, especially professional, like career or wherever. And if you want to implement it in your own life, you can work with me one-on-one. There's a landing page in the description. I'll wait for you on a call. If you're not ready, click on this video here.